come back to this survival point here. What I find really interesting is people run away from being poor. Of course, no one wants to be poor, but I think being poor is the best optimizing tool, right? When I was starting out and I couldn't afford anything, I had to be super efficient with the people I work with. It's kind of like, I look at it this way with like the battle between Intel and the new Apple chips, where Intel is falling behind, significantly so, where they're not able to compete in the processing space, when they've been only involved in it for years, and you have Apple just completely taking over. Why? Right? Intel started with a very brute force, super high power, and then saying, how do we optimize from here? While Apple said, I want to come up with these extremely lightweight. Our phones, our processors that power my MacBook is an optimized version of the processor that used to power my phone. They've taken these extremely lightweight, they become extremely efficient with them, and then they build on that foundation, on a very efficient foundation. And I look at that very similar with business. When you have no resources, when you have someone who brute forces you with a whole lot of funding, you're not likely going to get the same yield with that money than you would if you have almost no money, right? And you need to really find the best talent at the best price. Obviously, you don't want to be starved too much because you might end up dying instead of breaking out. But it's about eventually pushing up to that middle ground. That all being said, starting off very small, really learning how to get the most yield with the least amount of resources is a very good starting point.